Hi and welcome. Today I want to do a pick a card, and I'm going to have two groups. One would be this card, and group two will be this card. Please excuse the noise. So tap into your intuition, see which card you are guided to, and that would be the group. With the reading that may resonate for you. Okay, so for group one, this is the card from the Shadow and Light Oracle deck. This is a number 29 card, so 29 might be significant, either someone's age or a day. Twos are numbers of partnerships, cooperation, duality. And nines are sort of an independent number. It's also something reaching an end or culmination. And together that is an 11, which is a master number. So there might be something around individuality or autonomy, independence within a partnership or a relationship, or feeling alone within a partnership or a relationship. And the card says shallow grave, you miss someone. So either you miss someone or someone misses you. So this reading is about why did it happen? And I paused there for a moment because trigger warning. This might be about a loss of someone, and that can be losing someone to death, so someone might have passed away, or this can be about a loss of a relationship. So the person might not have passed away, but endings are like a death and they need to be grieved. So this might be about a relationship and you missing someone that is passed on, or a relationship that ended and you miss this person, or they miss you. We have monarch butterflies on this card, and monarch butterflies might be significant. You might see them, and that might be a sign either you have been seeing them or you will see them, and you might remember this reading and it might be a confirmation for you. So I want to establish a little bit of context before we use the tarot to get into why this happened, and possibly what the lessons are from this. So it's like this person is now no longer alive, or no, the relationship is no longer alive, but she's still staying there next to this person that is no longer there. And we all need to grieve, and there are 5 stages of grief, if I can recall them now. We might first be in denial, and then we might feel anger, and then the bargaining stage where we're sort of processing and working through things, and then there's the acceptance stage. And when we reach the acceptance stage, we can move on and move forward within our lives and find happiness and joy again, possibly find new things that were meant to come to us with the ending of this relationship. And we need to allow ourselves the time and the space, as much or as little time, as much support and understanding as we need, to be able to grieve this process. And anything, it doesn't have to be death. When we lose something or someone, you sort of have to reflect on the person, have the memories, cry, be angry, question. You have to go through that process to be able to get out of this grave and now be alive yourself again and live again. Often when someone passes away or a relationship ends, we feel like death, because a part of who we are dies along with that relationship or that person, because a lot of who we are is in relation to our surroundings or another person or the things that we are doing. And when this person is no longer there, your whole life changes. The dynamics of the day-to-day things change, and the bigger things in life changes. How you feel about yourself and who you once were changes. So you need to allow yourself the grieving time and space. And we don't always have to do this alone. Sometimes it's necessary to go through a period of being alone and isolating. But it's also helpful to be able to discern safe spaces and people that can help us and aid us through this process. Okay. Why did this happen, this loss? My empathy, sympathy, and condolences, and so much love to anyone who's experienced an actual loss of person through actual death. Yeah, it's never a easy process, and it almost never leaves you completely, but it can transform from pain into something beautiful. I think those butterflies are symbolic of that. The butterflies is also about the monarch butterfly itself. There's some symbolism about traveling great distances. So it's almost like if this person, whether they have transcended this earth or they're just no longer in your life or they've moved away or moved on, it's almost like love transcends great distance. And whether the person hurt you or the situation hurt you, whatever good or love came from this relationship, you can still access that and acknowledge the pain and the difficulty in whatever the situation was, whether this was a good or a bad relationship. There's always both good and the difficult things. Okay, why did this happen? Okay, we first have the Three of Cups. What is the Three of Cups? I'm going to try and be very specific with these messages, and not everything will resonate for everyone. Some things will resonate and some things may not, and everything may resonate or nothing here will, and you might need to check the next group, or this reading is just not for you. Let me get those. Okay, so on the floor fell the Page of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles. So, okay, the Three of Cups, why did this happen? Why did this loss of this relationship or this person happen? The Three of Cups can be multiple people, so this can be a family or a group of people. Often the Three of Cups is read as a third party, so like there was someone else involved in this relationship, interfering or helping, or something about a third person. It can also be a celebration of love and happiness. That with the Death card, and in this sense, normally the Death card doesn't have to be literal in a reading, but in this sense it can be, or it can just be an ending or something having to transform. So what I'm getting is there was some relationship dynamics that needed to transform. It needed to change and evolve into something better. Something usually ends when it no longer serves its purpose, it served its purpose, or it's no longer good and it needs to transform into something better, or it's just time for it to happen. So there's something about relationship dynamics that needed to change. I am getting there's something about drinking. So this might not be for everyone, might be for someone specific. And there's a fly that is buzzing around me. Something about someone watching something, or watching you, or you watching someone. But this Three of Cups and the Death card together, some dynamic in a relationship needed to change. So either there were three people in a relationship and something needed to change there. So one relationship needed to end, or the dynamic between all of these people needed to change. The Knight of Pentacles and the Page of Swords. I'm hearing there was almost someone in the background just watching someone else. Someone that wasn't doing anything, wasn't showing anything, but they were watching someone else. At the bottom of the deck we have the King of Wands. Let's get some more. Let's see if we can get some more clarity about this Three of Cups. What is this relationship dynamic? Why did it need to change? I have the Five of Cups in reverse. Someone was unhappy in a relationship. Or they couldn't see. There's something that they couldn't see. We have the Ace of Pentacles. And the Ace of Pentacles is directly below the Death card. And this is a gift from the universe. And when we have loss, it's hard to see how there can be a silver lining there. How can this be a gift? But it's almost like, even if we don't often realize that we are unhappy, see, in the Five of Cups here, this Three of Cups, and this is how it came out in the spread. This Three of Cups is spilled, and she's really sad. She's grieving that, but she doesn't see the Two of Cups behind her. It's almost like this needed to end, whatever dynamic was happening here, for this loving relationship dynamic to be seen. And this is a gift from the universe, and it can be painful when we have death and losses, but sometimes we know that we are unhappy, but we don't know how to change things and how things will get better. And sometimes we don't even realize we're so stuck in this rut, this this way of being and living these relationships, that we don't see that there's something within us that wants more fulfillment or wants things to change. But our heart and our soul knows, our mind knows at some subconscious level, and we send out frequencies and messages to the universe, and the universe hears us. And yes, sometimes loss can be a blessing. There's always two sides to a coin, the good and the bad. Let's get some more. And we've got two. We've got the Eight of Swords and the Page of Pentacles. Someone was stuck. They didn't know how to move their life forward, how to get to where they wanted to go, what would be the tangible steps, what they needed to do. They couldn't see a way out. They felt like their hands were tied. And this is why this happened. At the bottom of the deck we have the Queen of Wands. Earlier we had the King of Wands at the bottom of the deck. And I'm getting that this Two of Cups that someone is not seeing, because possibly they're still grieving this loss, or holding on to it, still missing this old person or the person that has gone out of their lives. But the King and the Queen of Wands is a match. And this might be what you're not seeing. Sometimes when we've experienced pain, it's a process for our hearts to open up again, to believe that good things can come and good things can happen because we've experienced something painful. So we almost hang on to the pain and stay in the shallow grave because it feels safe, because we don't want to experience loss again. But the universe will intervene and help us, and we have to get to the place where we believe that we are deserving of love, and for that mere fact, we can experience loving relationships again, or positive things can come to us again. And through this process, there's a lot that we can learn about ourselves. I don't know, I'm being asked to again speak about, I don't know if I went over it too quickly, about someone watching someone. It's like someone has always been there, but you didn't see them, or you didn't want to see them, you were afraid to see them, you couldn't see them. And both of these people on these cards look sad, like someone watching and someone, yeah, like both people, someone wanting to make a move towards someone else, but just not doing it, or not being able to, or not seeing how they can do that. And so this transformation, this ending needed to happen for this to happen, for this King and Queen of Wands to come together. Now, I like to, in readings, reiterate that we all have inner masculine and feminine energies. And this can very well be an external relationship, but it can also be a relationship with yourself. Maybe we are sometimes so invested in external relationships that we don't realize that we've neglected ourselves, our emotions, our desires, our wants. The King and Queen of Wands is very passionate, inspired, creative, driven, and they take action. So maybe there were places, you got into a place in your life where your relationships with others was more important than the relationship with yourself, or you were just not taking action towards the things that would really fulfill you and the things that you needed or wanted to accomplish in life, whether that is subconscious desires, desires that the universe has placed within you that were not realized. So you might have needed to access some creativity within yourself, find inspiration and a new will to live again. But that, as within, so without, that can then manifest externally with a relationship with someone else. Let's get a message to close off this reading. I hope this was helpful. I feel like it was a bit of a difficult reading to do. Please let me know if this resonates with anyone and how in the comments. Hold your vision, fixed moon. And at the bottom of the deck we have a new start is coming. So what this is saying is you need to hold on to the knowing that things will get better and new things are going to come from this ending. There is going to be such a big blessing to you, and this is a blessing from the universe, so you can trust it. And trust yourself enough to know that through this process you're going to acquire so much within yourself that was always there, that is going to help you know what this blessing is and be able to accept this blessing. As you grieve this, grieve yourself, grieve this situation, grieve the loss, and you find yourself again, and you might just find a new love. Thank you so much for joining me in this reading, and I hope you join me again in another video. And I'm going to move on to group 2 now. Group 2, welcome. This is the card, the oracle card, and this is from the Quantum Oracle deck. And this card says great achievement. And there might be an event coming up for you. This feels very exciting and very light. Group 1 was a little bit tense and a difficult reading, but still positive. So there might be an event that comes up for you because you have achieved something amazing. So you might have a celebration around this achievement. I do feel like I don't always feel the need to read from the book, but I feel like there's something around this card that we need to get from the book. Let's just see. So this reading is about why did this happen? But let's just get the message from the book first. A beautiful banquet table overlooks the sea. On top of the table are bright candles, crystal dishes, and beautiful flowers ready for the feast to be served. This card upright signifies a time of great achievement for you. The work that you have put into a plan or project is about to pay off, and you will reap the rewards of your efforts. This good outlook may be related to money or work, a creative project, or an endeavor concerning family and home. Whatever it is, enjoy the fruits of your labor. Although the culmination of your achievement is near, there may still be some work for you to do. After all, preparing a banquet takes some time and planning. Let yourself move through what has yet to be done with peace and pleasure, and continue to bring happiness to your everyday life. This achievement brings you great fulfillment, but remember your daily joy can be a banquet too. There's an affirmation that says, I energize my life with joyous action every day and abundant blessings come to me. Excuse the noise. Affirm to yourself that abundant blessings come to you. But this might be a celebration of an achievement, and you already might know this or you don't know yet, but let's get some tarot. Why did this great achievement happen, and what is this great achievement? What is this great achievement? Okay, we have the 3 of Swords and the 10 of Wands. There might have been something that broke your heart. These cards are very dark. You might have gone through a period of darkness. Something that broke your heart. I feel like in itself it is a great achievement that through heartache it might be one significant thing that you experienced, or many, and I feel like it's many because we have the 10 of Wands. You are able to sew your heart back up. You can just heal yourself, and that is a great achievement in itself. Even while you're carrying really heavy burdens, or you have a lot of things that you carry on your shoulders that you have to do in your life, a lot of responsibilities, you somehow find a way to mend your own heart. And I feel like it needs to be emphasized that often most of us, or a lot of us, walk through our lives with so much pain. We either don't know it's there, we don't know how to heal it. And it really does take a brave soul to sit with yourself and heal yourself. Someone might be getting a new tattoo or has a tattoo on their arm. She has a tattoo here. Or it might be something that you want to do. It really is significant to go through a healing journey, to heal yourself, and sometimes alone, but in whichever way that you do that. I feel like you need to acknowledge yourself for it, but you may also be acknowledged for that. It's like someone or some people recognize how much you've healed and how you've done that, with so much that you had to deal with. We have the Lovers and the Five of Cups. You chose this. You chose to heal yourself. We can either just keep going and keep experiencing pain, or carrying the pain within us, and having painful situations keep playing out in our life. But you chose to love yourself the way you deserve to be loved and the way you needed to be loved. You chose to love yourself enough to mend your own heart. The Five of Cups is sort of the energy of grief and deep sadness. Traditionally, the Five of Cups, there's two cups behind her that she can't see. But I feel like you know that there's a cup behind you, and you are consciously choosing to let go of the emotional baggage, the emotional pain, from whatever experiences you've had. You know, this is almost ritualistic, like you're making the choice to do the work, not suppress or hide or run away from what you feel, but actually work through it in the most loving way. There's an arrow on her shoulder there, and that's like Sagittarius energy. And it's symbolic of a bow and arrow. You need to pull the bow back for you to be able to release the arrow so that it can move forward. And it's like going back to these emotions, these experiences, and dealing with it. Dealing with what you felt, and why you felt this. And this is why you are now, you've reached this achievement, and you are being recognized, or you're recognizing yourself from it. Let's get some more. We have the Page of Pentacles here. That's like taking the first steps towards something. We have the Page of Cups as well, and the Knight of Cups. Why has this happened? I'm getting you allowed yourself to believe in the impossible and to dream new dreams. People might have thought that you were crazy, that it wasn't possible. But your love for something, for yourself, pushed you to do this work. So that you can find emotional happiness. Can we get more specifics about this great achievement? The Sun and the Four of Cups. There's this feeling of knowing that you deserve so much happiness, and then becoming this happiness as a way of giving yourself that happiness. And now you are radiating with so much joy and love and light that others can see it. And you might not have seen yourself as this before, but now you do, and others do as well. I do feel like this was an internal process, but somehow you might have, others might have seen it, and it might have poured over into whatever you were doing in your life, and you are receiving some sort of recognition for it. We have the 5 of Pentacles. I'm hearing unlocking your inner wealth. Finding the key to happiness. And sharing that happiness with others in some way. You might just be celebrating life. And there might just be an event that comes up, or that you're planning, or someone else is planning for you, just to celebrate you, and this healing journey that you've been through. Let's get one more, and then it drops on the floor. Funny enough, I read something yesterday that said when something that dropped on the floor will come through the door. So let's see what that is. So this card dropped on the floor. This is the Ace of Pentacles. And this looks like a seed that someone has now taken out of the ground, that they've planted or are planting. But I feel like you're going to receive a gift. Some gift is coming to your door and coming through your door. Because you've closed out a painful cycle. Sometimes I don't know if the reading makes any sense, because it might not make sense to me, because it doesn't necessarily relate to me, and I don't know all the specifics, and the readings are general, and some things might resonate, and the whole reading might resonate, and if it doesn't resonate, the reading's not for you. But let's get some Numerology cards to close out the deck. If this does resonate, please let me know in the comments. We have work through your fears, the end of a tough cycle approaches. I feel like this is exactly what you've been doing. Working through your fears at the bottom of the deck. This card came out for Power 1 as well. So Power 1 or Group 1 might resonate for you as well. A new start is coming. So now that you've worked through your fears, your inner pain, you've done shadow work or a healing journey, and a tough cycle has ended, this is a great achievement. There's some celebration, and now something new is about to begin. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please like, subscribe, and join me again in another reading.